Nation. You're welcome to my YouTube channel. For those that are returning subscribers, thank you so much. You are the real MVP. For my new viewers, thank you. You are welcome. My name is Adin Dujoy and I am a microbiologist. In today's video, we'll be discussing herpes simplex virus. Have you ever heard something like, anytime I have malaria or fever, there's always this cold sore around my mouth, on my lips? Oh, it's a normal thing for me. It happens anytime I have malaria. Or for some persons, they say anytime I use the public restroom, I always see this sore in my inner thighs or in my buttocks or anus. Have you ever heard of that before, or have you ever experienced that before? If you have, sadly, you've contracted the virus HSV, herpes simplex virus. And unfortunately, it has no cure. I'm sorry to break it out to you, but it's nothing to worry about. In this YouTube video, we'll be discussing all about it, the preventive measures, how you can treat it, if it can be treated, because I just said it has no cure. You're so welcome. I'm sure it's going to add value to you, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. So keep watching. Thanks, and make sure you subscribe, like, and share. What are you waiting for? Do that now. Now, herpes simplex virus, it's just like the name implies, the virus that causes the disease herpes, genital and oral herpes. Yes, we have two forms of virus. We have the HSV1 and the HSV2. That is herpes simplex virus 1 and herpes simplex virus 2. What do these forms of virus do? Now, HSV1 is mostly associated with oral herpes, and HSV2 is mostly associated with genital herpes. Oral herpes is manifested by the cold sores that you see around your mouth, like the fluid-filled blisters around your mouth or on your lips, while the genital herpes is manifested by these same sores in your inner thighs, your buttocks, anus, and the vagina area. Yes, so just like I said in my introduction, there is no cure for herpes simplex virus, and once you contract this virus, it becomes a permanent resident in your body, but it is dormant, meaning it does nothing. It's just there doing nothing. However, there are conditions that can reactivate this virus. Conditions like stress, exposure to sun, for the females, menstrual period, and also when you're ill or when you have a fever. That's why some persons, when they have a fever or when they fall sick, they see these sores. It means this virus is in your body, and as a result of the fever, it is being reactivated. That does not mean that is how your body used to do. It just means that you have this virus in you. So let's mode of transmission. Number one, the most important mode of transmission is direct contact with the sores, the genital sores. So if you see someone having these sores, don't try to touch it directly with your hand without washing your hand. It's not even advised you touch it at all. You're not a medical doctor. If you are, the person will take preventive measures before touching it. So the having direct contact with the sores and then touching yourself would lead to you contracting the virus. So direct contact might be kissing, oral sex, handling utensils. Maybe the person finished drinking water with a cup and you take that same cup immediately, though this one is kind of it's rare for you to contract the virus that way through utensils, because the virus live only for a few hours outside the body. So mostly it is contracted by direct contact with the sores, and it can also be contracted by having sexual intercourse with a carrier. Sadly, most persons that harbor this virus don't show symptoms. They are asymptomatic. So there might be someone that has this virus in his or her body and the person is not even aware. The person don't have these cold sores. The person does not show any sores in the anus or buttocks, but the person has the virus. So when you go ahead kissing this person or having oral sex or sexual intercourse, penetration sex, it might also lead to you contracting the virus, and yours might just be the severe case. So try to make sure that whoever you're having sexual intercourse with, you go for a checkup before you do that. I don't know the possibility of that, but if you have one partner, I'm sure that will be possible. So those are the major methods by which one can contract this virus. Who are those at risk? So for those that are at risk, anybody, any age, everyone can contract this virus. It's not for a certain set of persons, but for the immunocompromised, that is those that have weakened immune system, they are more at risk of contracting this virus because their immune system is weak. It can't fight against the virus as much as one who is immunocompetent. And also for the pregnant people, for the pregnant women, they are more at risk also, because having herpes disease, either oral herpes or genital herpes, during pregnancy, especially at the third trimester, might lead to premature delivery. Yes, complications and other complications. So it is advised that pregnant women get to tell their doctor whatever medical condition they might be going through. So with that, we'll move into the treatments. Can it be treated? No, herpes virus does not have any cure, but one good thing is it can resolve on its own, even without you taking anything. It comes on its own and then it just goes like that. The symptoms, you don't see the cold sores anymore, you don't experience any fever or fatigue anymore. That does not mean that the virus has vanished. It just means that the virus has gone to your body and become dormant. It can also be reactivated, just like I said earlier. So it has no cure, but in a case of any severe case, in a case of a severe condition of oral herpes or genital herpes, your doctor can give you antiviral medications to ease the severity of the symptom, or to help so that the way by which it is being transmitted, or by which people can contract it from you, is limited. The virus does not shed as much as it ought to once you are given that antiviral medication. So that is that for the treatment aspect. Symptoms that you see is based on two factors. One is if a primary carrier, like if it is your first time of you contracting the virus, and two is if it's a recurrent infection. So if a primary carrier, what happens is you see the symptoms comes as cold sores, sores around your mouth. If it's the oral herpes or the genital herpes, you see the sores too in your genital area. You also experience fever. There is fatigue. There is tired. There is fatigue. Yes, there is headache. There's back pain, but these are not prominent. For the recurrent infection, if you've suffered from it before and maybe due to exposure to one of these triggers that lead to reactivation of the virus, the symptoms that are seen are really mild, because by then your body would have developed antibodies against this virus. So the symptoms will be mild and it will resolve on its own faster than that of one who just contracted it for the first time. So that is it about herpes virus. Thank you for listening up to this point. I'm so grateful. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Thank you. Bye. Remember to stay healthy. I'm rooting for you.